Hello everyone, JW Publisher here with a question that I'm sure 99.9% of Jehovah's Witnesses cannot answer. And that question is, who is Carl Olof Johnson? Well, Mr. Johnson was a Jehovah's Witness regular pioneer in Sweden. And in 1968, he was giving a free Bible study to one of his contacts. And that person asked him if he could provide any evidence from history or archaeology to substantiate the destruction of Jerusalem in 607 BCE. Well, as you know, the Watchtower's formula for the 1914 doctrine starts with the destruction of Jerusalem, which is mentioned in the Bible in Jeremiah chapter 52. And which the Watchtower says happened in 607 BCE, and by adding 2,520 years to that date, you arrive at the year 1914. Well, I will get into that discussion a little later in another video, but for now I'd like to continue with Carl Olof Johnson's story. So after he was challenged to come up with some evidence supporting 607 BCE, he began an investigation that took him approximately 9 years, and the conclusion of his investigation, he determined that the evidence pointed to the year Nebuchadnezzar destroyed Jerusalem as being the fall and winter of 587-586 BCE, which made the 607 date for the fall of Jerusalem 20 years in error. So he decided that the governing body should know about this evidence because he was sure they would want to know the truth and that they had the wrong date. So he wrote a treatise, quite a lengthy one, with all of his documenting evidence, and he sent it to the governing body in Brooklyn, New York at the time. Well, many months transpired, and he got no response from the Watchtower, so he wrote another letter. And after a couple more months, he got a letter back that said they were very busy and they were looking into it. But in the meantime, they told him to keep the information to himself and not share it with any of the brothers. Well, after several back and forth letters to the governing body sent word to Carl Johnson's overseers in Sweden to take some disciplinary action against him because he refused to be quiet. And following that, he was disfellowshipped in absentia. And he appealed that decision, and they upheld the original disfellowshipping. So that was when Carl decided that he needed to write a book and present his case in a book. So he wrote this book called The Gentile Times Reconsidered. It was first published in 1983 and has gone through 4 revisions with even more and more evidence that he's collected over that time. And the book is out of print, but you can get a copy of it for free if you just do an internet search for The Gentile Times Reconsidered by Carl Olof Johnson. And it'll come up, do the PDF. So it's the Gentile Times Reconsidered PDF, and that'll come up and you can download and have this entire book with color pictures inside and to read at your own leisure. So that is the answer to the question, who is Carl Olof Johnson? Well, that's it for now. Be looking for my next video where I discuss this book and the irrefutable evidence that Brother Johnson came up with to come up with the actual date for the destruction of Jerusalem as the fall-winter of 587-586 BCE. Thanks for watching. Bye.